What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Capricorn Sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of December 22nd and January 19th, then you are a Capricorn Sun sign, and this video is for you. Today we're going to be doing a reading that looks at the month ahead to the month of August for all my Capricorn Sun sign friends. This spread is going to tell us what past, present, and future energies are surrounding you, as well as what to hold on to, let go of, any obstacles you're going to learn, any obstacles you're going to encounter in the month of August. So basically it's just going to take a look at the next month and give you some insights into how to navigate the next month in the best possible way. So it's going to be a fun spread. Remember, this is a general overall reading, so not everything's going to apply to everyone in a specific way. But if you do want a reading that's tailored just for you, then you can head on over to my Etsy shop. I have a bunch of readings over there that will allow us to get to the root of your personal issues. But as it stands, this is a general reading. I'm going to be using the Morgan-Greer Tarot deck today. This is a beautiful, vibrant, colorful deck from the 70s, which I really love a lot, and I think you will too. So, if you'll please give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards a question. What are the energies surrounding Capricorn Sun signs in the month of August? Alright, that should do it. We'll cut the deck and see what we have here. Alright, and while we're at it, I'm going to go to the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck, and we're going to ask this deck what spiritual message it has for Capricorns in the month of August. What spiritual message does it have for Capricorns in the month of August? And we will look at that card at the end. Alright, so let's see what we have going for us here today. Interesting mixture. Very interesting. What we'll do is we'll look at these cards individually. Then we'll go through and look at them one at a time. As a whole, excuse me. Spaced out. Okay, we'll look at them individually, then as a whole, see what they're saying. The first card we're going to look at is the energies of last month. And here we have the Eight of Pentacles. And to me, this is saying that July was a time for you guys to put your head down and grind it out. As far as work goes for a lot of you, maybe this could be creativity for others. Maybe it's a mixture of both. Maybe you're creative at your work, but I'm getting the feeling here of just not really repetition, but doing the same thing over and over. Maybe it's not repetitious, but it's a similar sort of thing, and you're just pounding away and being accomplished, being productive, and not worrying too much about, you know, your emotions or your thoughts, just doing the work that's necessary. It's the feeling I'm getting from this card. So I get the sense now that July was maybe a time for you guys to really focus on work and focus on your creativity. So that's what the energies that you had coming into this present time. This card here represents the present day, the present moment energies, and we've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, this card is telling me that there's some emotions that are coming up now that a lot of you are, starting to think about acting upon. The Knight of Cups is about kind of not acting rashly on emotions, but definitely pouncing on the emotions that you have by really putting your effort into them. I'm not explaining it very well. I know I'm not explaining it very well, but let me think of a different way to explain this. Hold on a second. So yeah, acting on your emotions in a way that is kind of not immature as a bad word to use, but kind of rash. It's a rash decision, basically. Think of any time you've made a decision just purely based on emotion. Looking back on it, oftentimes it was probably a little bit too extreme, because we oftentimes let our emotions get the best of us, and then we'll do something that is not in our character, because we're acting on emotion. So I get the feeling right now that a lot of you are either having acted or are going to act on your emotions, or at least you're thinking about them. And this emotion is going to run the gamut. This is a general overall reading, so it's going to be different emotions for everyone, so I can't pin down what kind of emotion it is. But this is an emotion that's you're going to act rashly on it. And that brings us to the energies of the next month. This card here represents the energies of August, and we've got the Ten of Swords. And the sense I'm getting from this is that whatever actions you put in now are going to lead to some negativity. And I just call them like I see them, and I get the feeling here of exhaustion, of defeat. The Ten of Swords is about just feeling totally and utterly powerless as a result of ego thoughts, negative ego thoughts. And I hate to be negative in a reading, but I just call them like I see them. So I'm getting the feeling that August, maybe you guys are going to be a little bit burned out. Maybe all that work in July is going to cause you to just lose your will to go forward, just drain your energy. That combined with this emotion that's coming up, I think it's going to drain your energy a lot. You're going to find yourselves maybe a little bit exhausted in the month of August. If that is the case, and by all means, please take a break. You Capricorns, you guys work so hard. You really do. And sometimes you just need to take a break and just put things down for a minute and recharge and re-energize yourselves, okay? Alright, so let's look at this card here. This card represents what to hold on to in the month of August. We've got the Eight of Swords. Wow, this is an odd card. Give me a moment with this card, please. This is a strange one. Okay, what you need to hold on to is the knowledge that you are free. And what I mean by that is that so often we have these ideas and these thoughts. A lot of them are put into our heads by other people, and they're limiting beliefs. They're beliefs that kind of restrict us. You know, I'm not rich enough to do this. I'm not skilled enough to do that. I need more of this to do that. You know what I mean? These are limiting beliefs that aren't necessarily true, that we kind of tell ourselves. And this card is saying that you need to realize that you are free. These things do not hold you. They don't bind you. They're mostly untrue things that we tell ourselves. And what you need to hold on to is the knowledge that you are more powerful than you think, and the only thing that's sapping your power and energy are these negative ego beliefs. And I think that's something that might come up a lot in August, is self-limiting beliefs that you carry with you, actually draining your energy and causing you to come to this Ten of Swords position. So we don't want that. So what this card is saying is to maybe shed some of those self-limiting beliefs and realize how much power you do have, and start telling yourself things that you want to be true, like I am skilled enough to do this, and start telling yourself that and make those your beliefs, and then you will see your reality transform before your eyes. This card here represents your biggest hurdles that you're likely to stumble across in the month of August, and we've got the Fool. I guess this kind of goes in with the Knight of Cups a little bit, as far as doing something foolish without all the information, with just a rash decision. And I'm getting the feeling here again that whatever you're feeling right now, the effects of the way you handle it are going to be seen in August. And if you're not careful, you can do something rashly now that affects you in the next month in a negative way. So I would be very, very wary of what you're doing right now, because the effects are going to be seen later. And the feeling I'm getting from this Fool card is one of going off into the unknown without all the tools necessary. And this is going to apply again. This is a general reading. It's going to apply to everyone differently. But however that applies to you, we'll see in the month of August. But yes, I do get the feeling that some of you are going to be plunging into the dark end. You're not going to necessarily know where you're going or what you're doing because you made a rash decision in the present moment, which is about now. So be careful what you're doing right now because you're going to see the effects of it in August, most likely. All right, this card here represents what to let go of in the month of August. We've got the Knight of Swords, or Pentacles, excuse me, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this card is telling me basically that maybe you can ease up on the work a little bit. Yes, you've put in a lot of work recently, and as you can see with the Ten of Swords, there's some sort of exhaustion event coming. I think you guys are going to just become exhausted. And so this card is saying that you don't need to be always moving forward in your career or your job. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take things easy a little bit. If this doesn't mean a vacation, maybe you don't have to put in overtime hours. Maybe you don't have to work as hard at your job as you are doing. I know you want to climb the ladder, maybe, but there's more important things such as your health, which is seemingly under fire the month of August, possibly. So I'm going to see, like, this Ten of Swords could mean a lot of things. It could mean exhaustion, but it could also mean like a cold, or it could mean just a infirmary that keeps you, out of commission. So this card is saying don't work yourself to death, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You guys work very hard, and it's okay to take a break. It's not going to kill you. You're not going to get fired. You guys seem like you're hard workers, so most likely you're not going to get fired over, taking a little time off or a little break from work, or just not working as hard, okay? This card here represents the energies of the people around you for the month of August. We've got the Five of Cups. And I want you to remember that, this is the overall energies for everyone in your life. Some individuals in your life are going to have, different energies. But as a whole, this is the energies of the people in your life, the Five of Cups. And I think the people in your life are going to be a little emotionally distraught for the most part. They're going to be kind of doting on the negativity a little bit, and that's not going to be helpful for you, as you're battling your ego thoughts this month, the month of August, and you don't need that negative energy around you if possible. So if you do feel like your friends or family are kind of bringing you down, this might be a great month to just do something on your own and start, spending a little bit more time with yourself so that you can analyze your own thoughts and figure out what they're doing and saying and trying to tell you, rather than just tuning them out and not listening to them by surrounding yourself with other people. That's what a lot of people do, is they don't want to listen to their inner voice, so they just constantly are around people so that they can avoid it. And so this might be a good time for you to not avoid your inner self, because it's trying to tell you something, and I think it's trying to tell you that maybe you're working too hard, possibly. So if your friends are draining your energy this month, just spend some time alone and see how that goes. Alright, this card here represents the overall lesson you're likely to learn in the month of August, and we have, oh my, Five of Pentacles. This card traditionally is about economic ruin, economic hardships. And that's not to say that that's going to be what's happening to you this month, but I think that is the lesson. And what that means is that I think you guys could learn from economic hardships a little bit. I think the lesson here is that you guys are so lucky to have the people in your life that money doesn't really matter. Only when you lose all your money and you've got nothing, that's when you find out who your friends and family are, right? And I think that's what this card is saying. You need to discover who your friends and family are. I don't think you're going to experience economic ruin in August, but I think if you look at it from that perspective, look at it as if, if I had no money, who would have my back, and who would I keep in my life, right? And I think that's the important thing to take away from this card, is that there are people who care about you, there's people who love you, and they don't care how much money you have, they don't care how hard you work, because to them all that matters is you. And I think that's what this card is saying, is that's something that you have to focus on this month, is the love that you have for others and the love that they have for you, and just ignoring all the pettiness, all the things around it besides the love that's there, okay? So now that we've seen this overall spread, let's take a look at what they're saying. definite sense that you're very busy the month of July. You worked hard, but moving towards the now, I see like some emotions and some maybe a rash decision coming up, and maybe a decision that you don't use your whole faculties for, right? If you're just using your emotions, you're not consulting your ego logic mind, you're not consulting your intuition, you're just doing something based on emotions, and so often those turn out to be wrong. I think anytime you make a decision just using one of those elements, it turns out to be wrong more often than not. You have to make well balanced decisions. And that's what this card is kind of saying, because it's leading toward exhaustion. It's leading towards a month of just maybe you guys having your fill. I've had enough, that kind of feeling. So don't get to that point. Like I always say in tarot, the future is not set. Any future predictions I make are based on the present energies and where they're likely to head. So if you keep going down this road, they're likely to lead to exhaustion, but you do have the power. You can take a break. You can re-energize yourself so that you don't hit that point. And that's the beauty of tarot. It gives you all the knowledge you need to make the future brighter. All right? Anyway, remember that you are not your belief systems. Your beliefs, guess what, guys? Most of them are wrong. And most of them have been told to you by other people. So what you need to realize is you have far more power than you actually realize, and that a lot of your belief systems are false, and you keep telling them to yourself, and you keep reinforcing them through your ego mind. But now maybe it's time to start to break away from that and realize your true full potential that are outside of these belief systems that have been programmed into you by society. The biggest hurdle, biggest obstacle is going to be feeling the repercussions of whatever rash decision you choose to make in the present moment. I do see some stumbles here and some blowback from any emotionally based decisions you make. So that could be a hurdle for you, and it could set you back a little bit, but I don't know how. Remember, this is so general. This is a general reading. It's going to apply differently to everyone, so I can't get more specific than that. But keep an eye out for that so that you're ready for that if that does happen. What to let go of is you don't need to work so hard. Take a break, okay, guys? You've been working hard for so long that it's okay to take a break. Scale it back, dial it back a little bit, and you don't need to be putting in so many hours at work. It's not helping your health. It's probably going to lead towards a breakdown, and the people around you, they don't really care how much money you have, okay? They don't really mind. They just want to hang out with you. They want to be with you. The people around you are going to be a little bit morose, so, if they are grating on you, then it's okay to be by yourself and just work on yourself this month. That's okay. And then, of course, the lesson is that money don't matter. You've got everything you need right now to be blissfully happy. It just takes, it's just a matter of realizing it. That's all. All you have to do is realize it. And then you will be happy, and you realize how much you do have already. All right, interesting month coming up for Capricorns. I'm excited to see what this month brings. Before we go, let's take a look at the Keepers of the Light Oracle. Remember, we asked it what spiritual message it has for you in the month of August, and we've got Kalima, Facing Fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So yes, I do see a spiritual growth for a lot of you. It seems like you're making some big realizations this month, Capricorns. And in order to make those realizations, you are going to have to face your fear. You're going to have to look it in the eye and say, I know now why you're here, and I'm going to learn from you. And now I'm no longer fearful of you. Now I see you as an opportunity to grow. And that's what Kali Ma is. It's a fearful deity. It's like it's one of the gods of death, I believe, in the Hindu religion. And it's not something to be feared. It's change. It's growth. And death is the start of something new, whether it's a small death, like you've decided to remove an ego belief, or a big death as far as, dying in this corporeal vessel and moving on to the next thing. Either way, it's a positive change that's going to bring growth. So keep that in mind as you navigate this month. Changes are happening, and that's a good thing. Alright, that is the reading for this month, for the month of August. I hope you guys got something out of that. Remember, if you want a more specific reading tailored just for you, then head over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description and in the card. We have a bunch of readings over there that you can choose from, and I can get to the bottom of any issues that you might have, so I'd appreciate if you click on that. If you did enjoy this video, please consider giving it a like. It really helps me out, lets me know I did something well. If you have anything to say, any questions, any comments, then put those in the comment section below. I love to hear what you guys have to say about these readings. And if you really enjoyed this reading, please consider subscribing, because I release these videos regularly and you don't want to miss it. Alright guys, I really do appreciate you tuning in. I hope you have a great month. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.